In 1925, a woman walked into Jung's office in Zurich after 12 long years of trying and failing to find love. She was intelligent, attractive, emotionally aware. She had been to therapy, read every relationship book, understood her childhood wounds, knew her patterns inside and out, but every promising relationship ended the same way. She pushed good people away, or she fell for people who were never really available. Jung had spent decades studying why people who are self-aware still can't sustain real love. And he told her something that changed everything. You're not broken. You're not cursed. You're not unlucky. You're simply incomplete. And life will not send you real love until you finish a very specific inner process. Because if love arrived right now, you would unconsciously destroy it with the same patterns you haven't yet integrated. If you have felt ready for love for years, if you know your value but still cannot find a relationship that lasts, if every story ends the same way, it doesn't mean you're doomed. It means the inner work is unfinished, and until that work is complete, the right person could be standing in front of you and still not truly find you. Jung observed that there are psychological phases people move through before genuine love becomes possible, and the journey of this woman, whom we'll call Elizabeth, shows why most people never make it all the way through. She sat across from Jung and confessed what had been haunting her for over a decade. I've been single for 12 years, not because I didn't try. I tried everything: therapy, self-reflection, dating. But every time I meet someone good for me, the same thing happens. If they are open and emotionally available, I feel trapped, uncomfortable, and I start inventing flaws. I pull away. Yet, if someone is unavailable, distant, already taken, or clearly wrong for me, I become obsessed. I chase them. I believe I can change them or save them. Why can't I want what is healthy for me? Jung told her that nothing was wrong with her. She was in the breaking phase, the moment when life stops allowing the false version of you to work. For years, she had been performing readiness. She had built an identity around being healed, evolved, emotionally mature, but underneath that polished version lived another truth, a deep fear of vulnerability, a belief that she was fundamentally unlovable, and a strategy of protecting herself through perfectionism. Real love cannot meet a performance. It can only meet the real self. So life begins to break everything in you that is fake, so the real you can finally emerge. Elizabeth reached the point where the same pattern repeated so often, it could no longer be explained by bad luck. The loneliness sometimes felt worse after therapy than before it, because part of her believed she had earned love by fixing herself. But the work wasn't to become lovable by being perfect. It was to realize she was already lovable, even imperfect. When you stop performing, it can feel like sabotage. You push away the people who are good for you and chase those who can't love you back. It's not sabotage, it's protection from being truly seen. Later, Jung asked her to describe the men she had been most drawn to. She described them easily: strong, decisive, emotionally distant, fiercely independent, certain of themselves. And then he asked her to describe herself. She said she was unsure, apologetic, afraid of needing others, constantly shrinking herself. She thought she was attracted to her opposite. Jung told her she was actually attracted to her reflection. Those qualities she admired were not missing in her. They were buried. Instead of integrating them, she projected them outward onto partners and then became obsessed with them. She wasn't just chasing men. She was chasing disowned parts of herself. As she looked back on every relationship, she saw the same truth repeating. The decisive man reflected the decisiveness she had buried. The independent man reflected her fear of intimacy. The distant man lived out the emotional distance she carried within herself. She had not truly loved these men. She had been in love with the parts of herself she had refused to own. Once she began reclaiming those parts, something shifted. She met someone kind, emotionally available, steady, and for the first time, she didn't feel obsession. She felt calm curiosity. It didn't feel like intensity. It felt like clarity. That's what happens when projection fades. You begin to actually see the person in front of you, instead of chasing a fantasy built from your own missing pieces. Then came the hardest phase. Even after understanding her patterns, even after doing the work. When she finally met someone genuinely compatible, she felt nothing but panic. Her mind scrambled for reasons to run. He was too available, too interested, too consistent. Something must be wrong. But nothing was wrong. Her shadow was terrified. For years, it had believed vulnerability meant danger. Now that intimacy was real, it fought back. The fear wasn't a sign she should run. It was a sign she was standing at the threshold of real connection. Jung gave her the most difficult practice of all. Stay, not forever, just long enough to discover that the fear would not destroy her. Every instinct told her to retreat, but she stayed. She allowed herself to be seen, crying, afraid, imperfect. He didn't leave, he stayed. And for the first time in 12 years, she felt safe. Her nervous system learned something her mind never could have taught it. Vulnerability does not equal death. Integration doesn't happen through insight alone. It happens through lived experience that proves your shadow wrong. That moment did not erase the shadow. It tested her again and again. But each time she stayed, her psyche rewired itself a little more. She stopped chasing intensity and began choosing stability. She stopped performing lovability and started living as herself. Eventually, instead of trying to find love to complete her, she became complete without it. And that was the paradox. The moment she no longer needed love to feel whole was the moment she was finally ready to receive it. Months later, Elizabeth wrote to Jung to tell him she was getting married not from fear, not from loneliness, not from the need to be chosen, but from genuine choice. She had become whole first, and now love could finally recognize her. Real love finds real people, and sometimes life has to break you open, strip away illusions, and force you to meet yourself before it can arrive. Because the universe doesn't punish you by breaking you, it prepares you. It breaks the false self so the true self can come forward. It breaks the performance so authenticity can breathe. When you are finally integrated, grounded, and whole, love doesn't save you. It simply joins you, and that's when it lasts.